See if it's gonna go. All right. If I'm waiting, I don't see it. This does not happen to me every time. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. Hello, everyone. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for on my page, so I'm going to see if I can see it here. And just good evening to everyone. I just want to say that. I'm hoping that this is going to, and it might not, but we're going to see. Okay. I'm Angela McGowan, and I'm excited to be here, and I just want to see if I can get this done right. I think I've done it. Okay, all right. So, thank you for being patient because I'm very new at this. Usually I have my navigator here with me, but she's not here, so I'm doing it on my own. So let's see if it worked out all right. But anyway, happy Wednesday. I'm Angela McGowan. I'm excited to be here with you. I'm back, and I'm glad to be back. So I've had a few challenges and everything, but I'm back. I'm back on Facebook Live, and I'm back with what I know is important information for you and for those that you care for, whether you're the patient, someone's caring for you, or whether you are actually the caregiver. So first, let me put the reminder out, as I have been for Thanksgiving week, that Medicare enrollment is going to end on December 7th. That's it. That's the last day. And as I said in the very beginning, remember there's over 58 million people that are on Medicare. Please don't be one of the people on December 7th trying to enroll, trying to make changes or whatever it might have to be, because there's going to be a lot of people trying to get through and ask questions. So let's be diligent and let's get that done sooner rather than later. And the next thing is, if you do not have health care, if you have been on what we are calling the Obamacare or Affordable Care Act, that enrollment is going to end December 15th. I know that last year it didn't end until the next year in January, but that has changed. Please do not look for any announcements or any commercials, because that budget does not exist anymore. So you need to write that down, put it in your cell phone, or I'm looking at someone. What is that? Put it in your cell phone or wherever as a pertinent place that you usually do keep up with the items. All right, so let's make sure you do that. Thank you very much. And let's see if that's all I have right now for announcements. But let me just talk to you about what's been going on with me in my life. Let me share, be transparent with you. So 3 years ago, Thanksgiving week, my husband, Willie, died and went to be with the Lord. And so November is always a challenging month, but Thanksgiving week is definitely more challenging for me and for my family. So, I have been diligently working, but not really been the person that you would see right now, or the person that comes and brings a Facebook Live. And so I've been working and praying, and I've had family and everybody to just continue to be with me. And so it's a progress. And of course, thanks to everyone who's always showing concern. My brother came and actually did not spend Thanksgiving with his wife and their family, and actually came and stayed with me for 7 days. So I definitely appreciate him. He's always looking out for me. So thanks to him. All right, so let me just tell you what I have been working on. And I've been working on this for a while, but my product is finally ready. And that is a product, and it is called the Patient Blueprint Journal. So I'm really excited about it, but let me just tell you I was my husband's, not just his spouse. I was his patient advocate as well as his caregiver. So when I talk to caregivers on the regular, when I tell you that I know, I do know because I was a caregiver for my husband when he was just going to the doctor, when he was inpatient, when he was in-home care, when he was in facility care. And let me tell you, each one of those patient types have different care needs, different medications, the way they're given. It goes on. So it's a lot to it. So let me just say that I do know what I'm talking about when I tell you and when I explain to you what a caregiver is going through and what the patient, in fact, is needing in those different areas. So just to get back to it, I've been posting all during Thanksgiving week, asking questions about where's the medication? Do you know where things are? Who else knows what's going on? And so tonight's post, I did ask the question of, are you the person with all the knowledge? Do you have all the information in your head? Or some is in your head and some is on the refrigerator door, or some is on the bathroom mirror. And I have people that put that on the mirror and different stuff, so I know about that. And the refrigerator seems to be like everybody goes into the kitchen. But here's the truth about it. When someone else other than you is taking care of the patient, even if they're looking on the refrigerator, they might not see that important information. Here's a prime example. Have you ever misplaced your keys and you walked around and around and around? Let's just say in the living room. You know they're in the living room. And you walked around, you look. And then after 30 minutes, somebody helps you, walks right over to the keys and say, here they are. And you just like, they can't be there. Like, who put them there? When you're anxious, when you're in a state of frenzy or being nervous or just cranky maybe, I don't know. Or sometimes you're just looking so hard you don't see it. That is the same thing, same instance. Hey, I don't know who came on, but thank you for joining. I can't. This is a new thing for me, so I'm still looking it up. When you're doing that, it's the same thing that would happen if they were looking for something, or if you, as far as the patient's instructions, the doctor's number, the ambulance number, if there's something that they should be looking for, or a reaction, or something about a food, or whatever it is. If something is going on with the patient and they begin to interact with them and they need to have information, running to the bathroom and looking on your mirror or running to the refrigerator trying to find the right Post-it is not going to work for either one. And so I said in my post tonight, like, let's talk about the real reason or reasons that you don't have any help. Because I know sometimes the caregiver feels like it's just me. I'm the only one that can do it. I'm the only one that is doing it. I'm the only one that knows how to do it. And that's true to an extent. But let me talk about some reasons that maybe haven't crossed your mind. Okay. So the first reason that you don't have help and that no one can really come in and help you with that load is that you're unorganized. Now, I'm not talking about you because I have my own challenges, but you're unorganized. So what does that mean? You're unorganized because you work a full-time job. You're unorganized because you go to school full-time. You're unorganized because you do both. You're unorganized because you have small children. Or you have small children and big children that are active in outside activities. You're unorganized because your husband works a different shift and there's never anybody to help you. You're unorganized because the person that you care for lives a great distance. So you have to run here, run there, and things get lost in the shuffle. That's one reason why you don't have help. Then you might be not able to get help. And let's just say, I'm talking about experience like when the patient could be your husband or your spouse or your parents. Well, they only want you. That's it. They don't want anybody else coming over. They don't want anybody else doing anything for them. They just want you. Why do you think that is, that they just want you? Well, did you perhaps in the beginning make them believe that only you could do it? Even though you have siblings, or even though they might even have siblings. You're the commander-in-chief, and so all things run through you. And believe me, in the beginning, first week, few weeks, few months, but when you start turning that year or over a year, all things are running you over. They're not running through you. They're knocking you down because you are not getting any rest. You're not getting any help, and it's self-inflicted. So let's talk about another reason why you might not be getting help. When you do finally say, okay, I need a break. I need someone to come over. And someone says, I'm available. I'm willing. I've been asking to help you. Let's see. When you have that kind of help, by the time you get them over there and get things straight, you call, they come, the patient is all in agreement with it. Then you're driving down the street and you realize, what if where I am they can't get me? Who else can they call? And you realize also that you have your cell phone. And all the numbers of all the people, their cell phone number, their house number, all of that is in your cell phone because you're always doing it. So there was never a need, well, my sister's number is on the refrigerator, but they might not be available. They might answer their phone. You need to have more than one in case of emergency. So that could be a reason why you don't have any help. And then there's the super, super big important reason. And that is, what about food? They only want this food. They only want that food. They can't have this. They can't have that. So then where's the list for food allergies? What about food restrictions? What about foods they love? And maybe that person has always seen them eat it, but now they can't have it. And if they can't have it, they only have it once a day and they've already had it. So what about that? And topping that is the medication list, the medication log. So there's the daily meds. There's the AM meds. There's the PM meds. There's the meds for reactions. There's a med, if you get a reaction, you have to make a call. Are the meds labeled, or are they just all up in your head? You know how to have it. Is there a current medication list? Like, this pill we don't do anymore because this one's been replaced. Who knows that? You know that. But that's why you can't get any help, because you're the only one who knows that. So if there is a reaction, what's to be done? Where is that listed? What does a reaction look like? Who know that? You know that. That's why you can't get any help. That's the real reason, because you know everything and there's nobody else that knows anything. So you say, that's okay, Angela. When they come over, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to make them know what's going on. By the time you go through the drill of the what if, what to, when they, and can't, it's too late to go anywhere. The event is over. Because what you've been doing for weeks and months and maybe over a year, you're asking somebody to come in fresh and know everything you know and remember all the things that are automatic and talk to and be looking for things that only you know to look for, because you're the person who's always done it. So what I've done, what I've been working on, is I've put together a place that you could put all of these things into, and it's called the Patient Blueprint Planner. You can go to my website, angiespaceonline.com, and you will see that I'm just launching this now, something I've been working on. And in that book, all the things that we're talking about right now is all in one place. I've had the need to have my husband brought to the hospital by a family friend. I was already there because I worked at the hospital. Now, there was things to happen when he was in the car, like the oxygen need to be on. Like, just because she's wearing it didn't mean it was turned on. There's one that's in the house. There's one that needs to go in the car. What's the setting on it? All those things need to be written down. Those are things that are on automatic pilot that you, the caregiver, you don't think about. You don't think about it as being hard or difficult because, after all, you do it every single day. And that's actually what I'm talking about. That's actually why I created the Patient Blueprint Planner, because it's something you do every day. It's not something your help does every day. And then if you're a patient yourself, how many times have you gone to the doctor with whatever may be wrong, and you are going to talk about something else that you want to ask? Another question. You get into the doctor's office, the doctor comes in, how can I help you? Talk. Get your prescription, get your referral, get out of there. You get to the elevator and you forgot. This was something important. But in the Patient Blueprint Journal, there's a section for questions to ask the physician. All you have to do is read it. Or how about you do remember? You do remember to ask your physician a question. Maybe a few questions. And then he or she turns around and says, so are you sleeping at night? Well, have you missed any days of sleep? Have you had any headaches? When do you have the headaches? Are you missing food? Are you keeping food down? All of these things are being asked of you. And of course, it's your body, but it's like rapid fire. And depending on the answers, of course, depends on what diagnosis the doctor gives you, or plan of care, or treatment care, whatever it may be. So if you leave something out about maybe how you feel when you eat, or you forget to say that you haven't slept in the last 4 days after you've taken the medication, or the feeling you get after you take the medication, then you're not going to have clarity with the diagnosis, and you're not going to get the doctor's full knowledge because you haven't given him or her all the information. So what I've done with this Patient Blueprint Journal is I've put together a way that you could be a powerful patient and not just the doctor's patient. You can be a powerful caregiver and not just one that you feel inadequate or inexperienced. More caregivers end up being caregivers on accident than on purpose. They see a need, they see that they have the ability to help, at least they think they do. But as time goes on, even they need help. Even they need a break. Even they have to make adjustments because of what might be going on in their own life. And if you have multiple siblings, it's an opportunity to put together a family care plan. Thanksgiving and the holidays, that's the time when we get to see a lot of family, a lot of friends that we don't see normally. It would be awesome to have the Patient Blueprint Journal where everyone could go over it. You could know what's going on with your parent, with your loved one. And you could actually come to some agreement about maybe who could help on this day, or who could help during this time or this season, or who could do maybe some cooking, or who could pick up prescriptions. But the deal is that no one can help if you're the only one who has the knowledge. And another thing that's very, very important, there are more overdoses of senior and elderly patients given by their own family than by themselves. What often happens is, depending on what's going on with the patient, the person who feeds them also gives them medicine. If the patient for some reason didn't eat, or maybe a new instruction was given and another caregiver comes in, they might feed them and give them the medicine again. That's not a risk you want to take. That's not a risk the patient deserves to have. So what I'm saying is, I'd love to talk to you. Go to my website, and then you could schedule me for a results call. And then always you could go to angiespace.youcanbook.me. But I'd like for you to go to a website. I'd like for you to know why Angie's Pace exists. I'd like for you to get to know more about me. And of course, caregivers, you know what I have to say to you? Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for all the time you put in. Thank you for the love and the care you do. And I'd like to thank you for getting some help. So I'll be back to talk to you again this week about the Patient Blueprint Journal and about what you can do to not just get help, but to keep help. Everybody, have a blessed evening. Bye.